All right, we live, man. We live. You know, you now tuning in to another episode of Off the Bench Podcast. You here with your co-host O,
Co-host Dion.
and we back with another one, man. We got a lot in store for y'all. It's NFL Sunday. We back with another NFL pod for y'all. The NBA season has kicked off and things of that nature and stuff like that. But Sunday football, it was a good day of games. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of upsets, a couple one score games and things of that nature. So we're gonna go and jump straight into it. We got the Jaguars. They coming off a 5 game win streak.
Before you go, everybody leave a like, comment, subscribe on this video. Thank everybody. Appreciate everybody too. Y'all been going crazy. They keep getting these video views. They keep getting more people to this platform, man. Going up and going crazy. Y'all keep like, comment, and subscribing. Continue.
For sure. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram. We off the bench, just like you can find us on YouTube. Type us in, no spaces. We off the bench, all platforms once again. Yeah, we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, five straight wins. Jacksonville Jaguars. They just got picked up their 5th straight win this Sunday morning. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they won 10-20. Trevor Lawrence, he had a a pretty smooth, solid game. 24, 32, 72, a touchdown, interception. Uh, uh, I forgot what is Ian.
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, ETN. He had 24 carries, 79 yards. Ingram 10 receptions, 88 yards. What was your takeaways on the Jacksonville Jaguars and how they, what you feel like are they at their limit now where they feel like they putting it all together?
I think we moved. No, not yet. Not yet. They beat the Bills. That is a great team. They definitely the best team in that division, which I had going into this season. Had them going being the best team. They got the best quarterback in the division. They got a top 3 running back, a top 3 wide receiver room. Really in the conference. Travis Etienne, he had close to 200 yards in total today. He had a nice touchdown pass from Trevor Lawrence. And that connection between them two is nice. You never know which receiver is going to be today with Evan Ingram, who was the tight end, which is why I like him so much. It could be Christian Kirk one day. It could be Calvin Ridley. It could be Evan Ingram. It could be Travis Etienne. It could be all of them one game. I like how their offense is built. I do like it. Their defense is coming along. I think if their defense continue to take steps, a few years ago, I think their defense was what they started this rebuild on. Then Josh Allen, they drafted him. I think they drafted before Trevor Lawrence. So they definitely went with the defense around. Then when they got their quarterback, they saw the potential. They saw the potential of getting a generational guy because you don't get that type of guy each and every draft. It's just not gonna happen every year. But they struck out with Trevor Lawrence, and man, he's looking amazing. But I still gotta. They a top 4 or 5 team in the conference for sure because their record shows it. They even lost. They lost to the Chiefs by only 8 points, and that was even a good game. So I'm not taking nothing away from them or anything. They still, to me, are in the same tier they was last year. So to answer your question, no, I still look at them as that it was last year, which is like a playoff lock slash like could win a game. Exactly how they did last year. Last year was more surprising actually. I would have said this year would have been a year what they did last year.
Mm-hmm.
But to see that they are, getting better, they are winning more games, and they are comfortably like running away with that division, being 6-2. So I definitely think they on their way. They got the right stuff. They got the right stuff cooking up and going on over there in Jacksonville. But I wouldn't put them up with the top in the conference yet, not yet.
I respect it. That was probably one of my biggest takeaways from this from a 5 game win streak. Is Trevor Lawrence kind of his ascension of we coming into this season. We've been looking at him being a top 10 quarterback, and obviously coming into this season, we trying to look at him take another step, another leap. Obviously he went to the playoffs last year. He won the game. Like you said, it was kind of a surprise. They were down 27, 28 points against a better team, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Right.
Come back and end up winning that game. So we're looking at that and following up with this season. They kind of off the season kind of slow the first 3 games, picked it up these last 5. Uh, Trevor Lawrence, he been balling. The last 5 games he averaging 240 yards. He got four touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's kind of smooth.
I feel like he ain't doing. I don't even think it's him. I just think the team just playing a lot better. I think his numbers are gonna be the same. Cause I was just looking at him. They about the same. 2 interceptions. He only got 4 in a year. I mean, the first 3 games he had 2 of them.
Hmm.
He been playing good. It's all coming together now at
Yeah,
the
that's
right
why
at the perfect time.
Yeah,
That
that's
Bills game was the perfect, like, cementing game to go on a record. 25-20, not a high scoring game, but you scored 25 points. Not a terribly low scoring game. You got points on the board. You held them to less than
it was like
21
a
points.
playoff game.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they beat another Steelers. That's a respectable team, but like obviously offense got limitations.
Mm-hmm.
So, but a team like the Bills, that's a team. That's a game where you look at even the Chiefs. That's a loss, but shit, that's a damn good loss to
Yeah,
have only 8 points. They lost by 8. They held them to 17. If only the offense would have been clicking, it would have been going. But
and that was early in
yeah,
the,
but
yeah,
that
that
was
was.
earlier in the season. So
But that's why I was trying to finna get in alluding to it. I was finna say Josh Allen. He after this season he's gonna be one of the premier elite linebackers that people gonna have to remember his name, Josh Allen.
should have been.
Yeah, in these last 5 games he got 6 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 15 tackles in these last 5 games in his win streak. That defense was been holding him down. This whole team.
For
I'm
sure.
liking the Jaguars, and that was one of the teams coming into the season that I said I was gonna keep a close eye on. Just see if they're gonna take that next leap. And we 8 games. We at the midway point in the season, so we can kind of see who everybody is. And I feel like they starting to make their stride at the right moment. And yes, like you said, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they do got limitation, but also Trevor Lawrence having a clean game that he did today. I was looking at that more so, because against the team that he was going against, that defense and T.J. Watt. A lot of people have been, I know you've been seeing that post
Hmm.
since Lawrence Taylor and things of that nature. uh, it was like he had like 70 sacks and 7 interceptions.
Some crazy shit.
Yeah, some crazy shit. And it was like the first since Lawrence Taylor. With that type of defense, you got Minka and all those guys in the secondary of that nature. So the Steelers, they packing a punch defensively. Might not be bringing everything offensively, but you take your wins how you get it. I'm very very surprised. I'm not surprised, but you know what I'm saying. I'm very like encouraging what I'm seeing from the
Mhm.
Jacksonville Jaguars. The sky's the limit for them.
They got the Niners coming up next week. They got the Ravens coming up. They don't got too much hard of a schedule to go, but
They got
they got
games.
games where yeah
They can show you who you are.
they can build on what they already doing. And even if they lose again, I don't care if they win or lose because like I just want to see their effort. They are a young team, so I'm not trying to put too much expectation on them. I think this is what year 3 for Trevor Lawrence, year 2 officially for Travis Etienne because he was hurt all last year. Christian Kirk, I know he's been in the league for a little minute, but he only been on this team for a few years. Calvin Ridley, obviously he knew because he didn't play football in a year and a half. Evan Ingram, he's a new trend. It's just the whole team is kind of young together,
Hmm.
but to see how good and how quick this whole, how it got turned around from before to where it is now, it's definitely encouraging. If you were a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, which I'm not, it's definitely encouraging.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And next game we got, the Cowboys put a hurting on the what they putting a hurting on the Rams. They won 43-20. You know,
I don't got nothing. Don't even ask me nothing. They
'cause
got their ass beat. It ain't even nothing to talk. Everything Cowboys they just went right. Everything was right. Man. That was part 2 of the week 1. I ain't got too much to say because we seen this. It literally looked like week 1. They were getting safeties from block punts. They were getting picks. It literally looked like week 1 against the Giants again. And I was
mm-hmm.
like, once I saw that, I said, oh, ain't nothing to say.
Yeah, they didn't show
Ain't
you
nothing to
too
say.
much.
It's just one of those games. Cowboys got one of those games against one of those teams, and it's gonna be like
Cause
that.
my question was gonna be
That's
did
crazy.
you did Dak show you anything today to make you trust him even more going
Even
forward? Like just trust him just going forward after the game because he
he
played
did
pretty
good,
well,
but I mean the
very
Rams
clean.
defense is ass though.
Yeah,
Like
no secondary whatsoever.
it's literally Aaron
Aaron
Donald
Donald,
and a bunch of guys. They got a rookie. He's gonna make a name for himself. But as of right now, Aaron Donald and they said that on the commentary like a week ago. They were like, y'all probably don't even know who on this defense. It's just Aaron Donald and a bunch of other guys. The commentator said that. I said, damn, that's true though. It's just Aaron Donald,
yeah, it
99 in
is.
the middle. They gonna probably double team him and let the other 10 guys just come. Man, CD Lamb was looking great. And Dak Prescott, he had a few nice out of structure passes where he was getting around the pocket, making good reads. Brandon Cooks had his best game, I'd say, this season. Michael Gallup, he was getting off early, but he didn't finish off the game good. CD Lamb killed though. CD Lamb, this is why I say he could be a top 10 receiver going into the year. CD Lamb, he was killing today. He had over 160 yards. I don't got the stats off the top of my head. I know he had like 15 receptions. I had him on fantasy. two
Yeah,
touchdowns,
12 receptions.
12 for like 160 something.
12, 12, 12 120,
No,
I
it was
think.
like 160 something. I was like, damn, this nigga CD crazy. Then he had 2 touchdowns on top of it.
Yeah, 2 tuds.
It wasn't too much to take away from it because it was just a perfect game from them. And the Rams, it was just the worst game for them. They couldn't get nothing in the cow. It literally reminded
Then
me of the
Matthew
Giants.
Stafford go down. They
Even
probably
before that though, it was no shot for them to come back. Like Matthews, when they got that touchdown to make it 10 to, when they were finna go for, they went for 2 and they didn't get it the first time. I like, damn, that was their chance because they got the ball at half. They scored on that possession and they got the 2. I was like, damn, if they had that first 2, they'd be down 14 points. They'd have been down 14. They were down 15, and they got. I was like, fuck. But then then the Cowboys came right back, scored. Stop. I'm like, bro, the Rams can't do nothing. It literally looked like the Giants and the Cowboys from week 1.
yeah.
I definitely got to see it. I know he went crazy. Him and AJ Brown. Don't know how I got both of them on fantasy. Yeah, 12, 158, and 2 touchdowns. CD. That's a game, CD. That's a game, CD. That's a
Just his
game.
quarterback.
That's a game. He can, that's what. Yeah, it is just his quarterback. He got top 10 wide receiver talent in his league. It just, how often can they give him the ball? How often can he get the ball? Because he's getting open. He gets separation. That's not the problem. It just literally, can Dak give him the ball? He did a good job today. Granted, they played against literally nobodies, but again, you play who in front of you. Dak, if he can have more games like this going forward, the defense, we can expect that more times than not from them doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Then can we seen them do exactly what they did tonight? That we against other teams, not just the Giants, but like other teams where we seen them make them struggle. We ain't seen this Cowboys offense just kill a nigga, like kill a team just based off offensive only.
Yeah.
You feel me? Where they defense can't get a stop, and it's just
where you can be in a shootout.
Yeah, they ain't. I don't. But Kellen Moore, he said that he liked how the offense is looking. Which I understand why he not Kellen Moore. I'm tweaking. Mike McCarthy. He said he liked how the offense is looking because he take over he call the plays now. Which it don't look bad. I see the difference from him and Kellen Moore. I see the difference in play styles because he want to give Dak more opportunity, but he also want to like run the ball a little bit more. So I understand the balance of it. Get his players and guys in open space. I see the vision, but again, you got CD. You got Tony Pollard, who is a decent serviceable running back for you in 2023. Everybody else on the offense, Brandon Cooks, he's hit or miss. Gallup hit or miss. Ferguson had a touchdown today. He's hit or miss. The offense is just shaky. So this performance, I can't really say too much because I know Cowboys fans going, we number one. We put up almost 60 points. We put second most points in the NFL this season. That don't mean nothing. We gotta keep seeing it. They got a big test next week though. Which
Yeah, that's where I really ain't got too much to say because I feel like these games is not really like measuring sticks for them. Next week is a measuring stick, so I want to see how they fare up and play in those type of games because last time they had a measuring stick game, they wet the bed. So games like this, you really just throw salt over your shoulder and really don't look past, really just look past it. So I didn't take too much of it. It was a fairly good game by the Dallas Cowboys. They came out, put belt to ass and did what they supposed to do. But in terms of trying to dissect it, it really wasn't too much to dissect. Too much in that game. Next up, we got the Eagles win a close one, 38-31 versus the Washington Commanders. Jalen Hurts, he was 29-38, 319 yards, 4 touchdowns. He finally had a clean game. Swift, 16 carries, 57 yards, touchdown. AJ Brown, his sixth straight game with 125 plus receptions. Yards, 8 receptions, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sam Howell, he was 32, 52, 397, 4 touchdowns, interception. Takeaways on that game.
AJ Brown, I don't know how they let y'all. My wide receiver core in fantasy league, I got CD, AJ Brown, and Keenan Allen. I'm not losing. They be carrying me every week. I just have to get that out of the way because what he's been doing these last few weeks has been crazy. On top of that, we finally got a Smitty game. Smitty finally did something today. Almost had 100 yards, 1 yard off. Jalen Hurts could have gave him a little screen pass, give him 100 yards. 99 yards, 7 receptions, a touchdown.
He didn't want it hard. No, that's on him. He didn't want it hard enough.
He didn't want it hard. I know he could. probably should have broke an extra
You
tackle
know
or
what I'm
something, bro.
saying? Get
He
a
could have.
fight for an extra
Cause
yard.
yeah, 99, 100 would have looked a lot better. That 7-100, that would have looked a lot
He
better.
ain't on it.
He didn't want it, but this was Jalen Hurts' best game. This was his cleanest game for sure. The Commanders, they just, I guess it's just divisional rounds, the divisional games, I guess, because they played so great against the Eagles. The first game they played this year was an amazing game that came down to the wire, which we was on here talking about. This game was exactly the same. I thought it was going to be the same score and everything. It damn near was, now that I think about it, 31-38. Damn near was same score, 34-37. They was right there with their ass. But the Eagles, they got playmakers. Not saying the Commanders don't. Terry McLaurin had a great game. Jahan Dotson, he's gonna be big in the NFL coming up soon. He's gonna be nice.
Speaking of, he had 8 receptions, 108 yards with a TD.
Killing. He's gonna be a dog in the NFL for years to come. He's just young, getting his feet wet. This old Washington Commanders team, I like what I saw.
Me too.
Sam Howell, he is a not gonna call him a garbage time, but like if you know what I'm saying, but just think of synonym for garbage time. I'm trying to think of a better word.
I don't think so.
He's a garbage time merchant. He's a garbage time merchant. Not today's not gonna showcase that. But what I mean by that, 50 dropbacks is crazy.
It is.
It's like his fourth game with 50. He's
but I also think they got a lot to do with play calling because why did you asking him to drop back? You got B Rob.
He ain't doing nothing though. You playing against the Eagles.
Wow, yeah, we up. but that's you know what I'm saying? Throw some screens or something.
That's still a drop back. That's still a cough. That's
That's still a drop back.
50, that's a lot of times. And
they gotta clean up his O line in.
Yeah, they gotta do something. 50 times.
Because I think Sam Howell's a serviceable quarterback.
Nice. He's really
nice. To be in year 2.
He's nice as hell, bro. But he just throws. They put this
too much pressure. Yeah,
to drop back 50 times, 4 times already in your first starting season. That's crazy, bro. He had like 47 against the Bears when they lost. I'm like, bro, how many times y'all gonna drop this man back?
Right, he like that's why there's a lot of people put a lot of criticism towards him because they ask him to do so much. But I feel like I give him like he a good quarterback. He a slightly above average quarterback to me. Like in year 2, which that's a good thing. He still got a lot of room to improve. I see the future. I think he one day can be a top 15. Type of quarterback in his league.
I don't know about that. He's gonna be decent, but hopefully Sam Howell can. If he can do that, this Washington Commanders team, they here.
Cause Terry, he got the weapons. He got all. If you sure up the offensive line, I think the defense, they probably just a minor tweak or two away. But just clean up the offensive line. You got weapons on the outside. Then you got B Rob. That's what you want to draft him for. You get him and the ball off where you can take some of that pressure off Sam Howell. Then you have him drop back like maybe to that 30 to 35 range. Then if the game call for it, I'll drop back 40 times. But like you said, it's just 54 times. Then another game 40. Then 37 plus. Like that's asking for too much for this person to be his like first full year starting and things like this. So. I think they just asking too.
I was seeing a lot of he was catching a lot of strays after they lost to the Bears. I'm like, bro, he had a good game. It just he had to throw the ball every damn play damn near because the team they wasn't winning. I mean the script he gotta throw it. So they definitely gotta clean up the O line so they can get some better runs going a little bit more. And they also gotta like scheme up better like ways to get the other playmakers involved, kind of without just dropping them back. So if it's like how the Dolphins do a perfect job of scheming guys open, whether it's the reverses and they like pitch it and something like that. You got speedsters, bro. They got some stuff. In a year or 2, Washington Commanders not gonna be a laughingstock no more.
Yeah, that's why I said I definitely
gonna be decent.
I definitely can see him.
They gonna be decent, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Jalen Hurts, he played a clean game. I think that was one of my takeaways in his game. Definitely was his best game. No turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions. And that been the main thing, the main question mark of this Eagles team so far. We know what the defense pretty much gonna give you. We know what the offense.
Do we though? You keep saying that, do we? They not that good. They defense has not been that good.
The secondary is
weak.
Is a
Debo
little,
was not capping when he said all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the secondary is a little Bambi leg.
Bro,
but I think their front seven
make their team. Yeah, if it weren't for that front seven, man, they are lucky. And by the grace of God, Fletcher Cox. Luckily, he's still playing. He's old as dirt at this point. Like young Kelsey, that O line not gonna be there for too long, and that D line, except for Jalen Carter and Hassan Reddick, not gonna be there for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So they going, them DBs, they not old. Darius Slay not old. Bradbury not old. Kevin Byard supposed to come
But
in and help that.
hey, rumors have it.
What, they trying to trade him?
Nah, they trying to
Uh,
trade
yeah.
Bradbury.
Who? Oh, they need to though. They need.
You would
I don't
never,
know
but you
who.
would never believe the name.
Who,
Passer team.
bro? If the
If
if
they
the
pull that
Broncos, yeah, if
off,
the Broncos do that, they need to be drug tested. Like everybody in the James Bradbury. Bro, I know it's gonna be some picks, obviously.
yeah.
Still not worth it for me. You getting the Eagles pick? That's not worth it.
But just imagine.
Yeah. That would be crazy. That's what I'm saying. Broncos, don't do that because there's nothing you're gaining to ever get that player back or
Mm-hmm.
that value back.
Yeah,
A first
facts.
round pick from the Eagles and James Bradbury, you're gonna get a third. You're gonna get a. They only got no first round pick. Probably it's the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
They're cold. They're not losing. So you're gonna have a late first round pick. You ain't get no quarterback, no corner. You're gonna have to get some damn. I don't know what you're gonna do, but please don't do that. They're gonna be OP at that point.
Yeah, they
That
is.
13 on that
With
man,
him and Slay on opposite sides, with with
that would be
Byard as your
crazy.
safety,
That would be crazy.
with that front seven you already got.
Don't let that happen. Please don't.
But yeah, that probably been like the biggest question mark. Is Jalen Hurts, can Jalen Hurts finally get it going to to get the full potential out of this Eagles offense? And today was one of those games. Obviously, the defense didn't do their part. Allow Washington Commanders to get them 31 points. But once again, you said that's a divisional game. It's gonna be like that. You can attest to that today. With the Broncos, the divisional games hit different. Not even to bring that up, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know why you said that.
I'm
But
just
yeah,
saying
I
like the
understand what you're
divisional,
saying.
but
Damn.
yeah, the divisional games are different. Another thing, we halfway at the halfway point of the season. So I think what I'm about to say is really not forensic or like out the ass or anything, because like
you got a sample size, so
you know what I'm saying, we do got a sample size, and then we only gonna have like 7, 8 more like games left for this season theoretically. I think AJ Brown would be a top 3 wide receiver this season.
I don't think that's crazy. Yeah, keep going.
His last 6 games, 125 plus yards in the last 6 games, 6 receptions plus in the last 6 games. He averaging 14 yards a catch in the last 6 games. He top 4 receptions, second in yards, only behind Tyreek Hill. He 145 yards clear of third. 145 yards clear of third. He third in touchdowns too as a receiver at his position.
I don't think that's crazy, man. AJ Brown, what he's doing, he's no offense to Smitty, and I didn't want to come to this realization because it hurt to see the Alabama boys get done like this, and because who are the top 2 receivers in the league right now?
Top 2, Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown.
Who are they wide receiver 2s? 2
To
Alabama guys,
yeah.
2 Alabama speeds, and that's messed up. It's messed up because they are number 1. They are wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy that they both are playing with the 2 top receivers. So they don't really do it. I just said today was a Smitty game, and he had 99 yards in the tug. That's a Smitty game. AJ, you just ran me off 6 weeks
straight
of 125. And I just one game of 90. He can even scratch a 99-yard game. This man is every time he step on the field, tie his cleats up. All right, that's 125.
Yeah, facts. You can pencil in 125 yards for AJ Brown week in, week out. Boy, you say you got him on your fantasy, don't you? I know you eating,
bro. I lost week 1 off some bull because I ain't really have my guys in. I'm undefeated. I'm on a 6. I beat the number 1 guy in the league, the number 2 guy twice. AJ Brown, he is a dog.
Yeah,
he is different. 50 points. You ain't really into fantasy because I went into it till last year. So 50 points is a lot of fantasy points. That damn near as much as like a whole star lineup would give you. AJ Brown is giving you that by itself. When I be seeing 148, 2 tugs, I'm like, damn, he better than Mahomes.
yeah,
he playing better than Mahomes.
They say he like the type of like streak he on, giving them Calvin Johnson vibes. You remember Megatron?
I do remember Megatron.
And he kind of do like.
They said you know who Shay you know who he said he remind him of? T.O.
Terrell Owens.
And I think that's a great comparison. He was like they both they got strong hands, like they don't drop the ball. great after the catch, great route runners, great size, speed. They play. They just how they get open and how they like just go through the defender.
I was just gonna say how they use their body.
He's like they that's what he remind them of. And I'm like, if AJ Brown is compared to Terrell Owens, there's no way he can't be a top 3 receiver then of
Yeah.
his time. If T.O. is a top 3 of all time, and if his time, like, yeah, I don't think that's a crazy
I'm gonna
statement.
say because you gotta look at the pace of AJ Brown, and like I said, 6 straight weeks, 125
That's
plus
crazy
yards,
to think
six
about,
six
really.
straight weeks with 6+ receptions in a game, 16 straight weeks of averaging 14 yards a catch.
That's
You
crazy.
third, you second in yards, only behind Tyreek Hill. You a whole game and a half above the next closest receiver in yards.
Who is it, Puka?
Yeah, Puka Nacua, and he 145. So they're gonna take him at least one 2 games to even catch that.
Yeah, probably more than that. They just got Cooper Cup back.
So you know what I'm saying? So like
That's even crazy on his own though, because Puka Nacua was like the only option really for Matthew Stafford for the first like 4 weeks. He was getting like 130, and AJ didn't start that high.
Yeah, he
and
did.
He just turned it up, and he caught air. If he ain't top 3, there's no way you can leave him out top 5. I respect
it's gonna be very hard.
It should be no way really.
I really feel like it's no way you can with Justin Jefferson being hurt, so his numbers gonna be skewed by the end of week 17, by the end of the season.
But we still know who Jettis is.
But yeah, we still know who Jettis is. But this what we just basing it off this particular season from week 1 from week 17 of full body of work. Who will be the top 3 receivers, top 5 receivers? It's gonna be very hard to keep AJ Brown off the list with his resume and the games that he's steady collecting up. Like we just said, we referenced, it's gonna take another receiver at least 2 games to even catch up to. Or if he don't have to sit out 2 games at least, because he's still gonna be racking them up. Next week I'm pretty sure he's gonna against Dallas. I'm pretty sure he's gonna pencil in another 25 plus.
Yeah, he definitely is.
You know what I'm saying? When it's time to show up, that's when he putting them hard counts on.
Who they play last week? And he had the Dickies fit. Who they play last
with
week?
the Black Forces?
With the Black Forces.
They played the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yeah.
He showed up like he was a funeral. He said, y'all, him and Devontae Smith, he said, y'all, he said he was on business today.
Yeah, he was on that type of time.
Top 3 though. Y'all sleep on AJ. That's definitely my savior right now because Mahomes been selling. But shout out to AJ Brown for shit show.
Yeah, for sure. He putting on a mean streak right now.
1K always open.
If he can do this for the rest of the season, top 2.
If AJ if he never got hurt, because he was killing for Tennessee. I remember vividly. I remember we played him, and that was the first time I ever heard of him. We played him in the playoffs. They had Derrick Henry, and he was good catching everything. And I'm like, who is this nigga that's Derrick Henry at wide receiver? That's literally why I said, who is this Derrick Henry at nigga at receiver? Mm-hmm. Who is this big buff black nigga catching everything on the eye? Like, bro, AJ Brown. Who is he?
Bro, it's crazy. Jalen Hurts, he was like, he threw a touchdown pass to AJ Brown. He was like, bro, I swear. He said, I thought you was Julio. He was like, you seen that video? Yeah. It was like,
I thought you were Julio. Julio got him one today.
He did.
He got him a touchdown today. Shout out to Julio.
Yeah, shout out to Julio. But our last game for today, 49ers, they lost their 3rd straight game today versus the Cincinnati Bengals, 31-17. Joe Burrow, he had a very clean, efficient game, 28-32, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns. Joe Mixon with 16 carries, 87 yards for the touchdown. Jamar Chase, 10 receptions, 100 yards, touchdown. Thoughts and takeaways on this game today?
Man, 49ers, bro. 49ers fans. Damn, it's hard. It's different, right? It's different. Y'all was undefeated, number 1 team for great reason. They was looking good. They was blowing everybody out. They was the number 1 team. From the games they were playing from first 5 weeks, number 1 team. Week 6 happened. Week 7, week 8 came by a win, and it's really been from all 3 different ways. Last week they couldn't win because the kicker missed the field goal. This week they couldn't win just because the Bengals, simply to put it, were just better today. They were just a better team. Brock Purdy didn't play bad. If you look at his statistics, it's going to look good. Stat line is really going to look amazing. I just looked at it, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, 22, 31, 365, touchdown, 2 interceptions.
It's going to look good. You're going to be like, damn, he only, you know what I mean? But if you really look at the game, it's the reason he only got 1 touchdown. I mean, it really wasn't. They wasn't really just scoring the ball. CMC, and it was two CMC. It was really just CMC being CMC. Mm-hmm. CMC gonna get into that touchdown. That's another thing that just penciled in. Same with AJ Brown. CMC is gonna score a touchdown. Just mark it out. If you ever want to bet, CMC touchdown. But the Bengals, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, that connection that they two got, that them two have, we haven't seen it all year until he said, "I'm always open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always open." After that, a switch flip, and we seeing what we saw the first, few seasons, or this is third year, ain't it, Jamar Chase? Yeah,
third year.
His first few seasons being into the NFL, where they went to the Super Bowl and to the AFC Championship. This year they started off slow. Joe was hurt, obviously, but today they just look like a better team. That defense for the 49ers, I don't know if we're overrating it or I don't, because again, last week they played Cleveland Browns, right? Mm-hmm. That should have been the team. No, they didn't. They played the Vikings. When did they play the Vikings?
They played the Vikings last week, and the week before that was the Browns.
So yeah, 2 weeks ago they lost to off a field goal. Last week they just, how did they lose to the Vikings? They just lost, right?
They just lost.
They just lost that one, and then today they just lost. It's kind of hard to like defend them because it's like y'all paper wise, all y'all missing is Debo, and Debo is a big piece, but you got you still got IU, Kittle, who had a great game, 9 catches, 1 for his best game of the year for sure. CMC, who couldn't really get it going in a run game for real. This Bengals team is looking on the come up. They coming up, and my nigga Lee, shout out to Lee. I know you're gonna be watching this. They sneakily moving back into the power rankings of contenders in the AFC. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people was like, oh, they, Joe Burrow, they haven't looked good, this, that, and the third. We know who the Bengals are. We know Joe Burrow. We didn't give him that nickname, Joe Shiesty, for nothing. We know what he can do. They showing it. Today was an amazing game. Joe Mixon, he's a decent running back for them. He can do a little bit of everything. If I didn't have CMC, Joe Mixon, I wouldn't be opposed to having him. You know what I'm saying? Because he is a good running back. He run hard. He's fast. Stiff arm is A1. He gonna stiff arm at least 2 people a game, and then he can just get into the end zone. You feel me? Like I like this team. Tyler Boyd. They still got T. Higgins, who didn't have an amazing game by any means. I really needed him to score a touchdown, but you straight. Tyler Boyd came in clutch. This team, I would love to see them play against the Niners again. I will say that. I would love to see this game one more time.
That was probably one of my takeaways, what you said earlier when you referenced to the 49ers defense. Are you overrating it? And that's really was like my takeaway from this game. These past three weeks, the 49ers defense really was been letting them down. A lot of people have been putting the onus and responsibilities on Brock Purdy, which is crazy. I think he in the same predicament as Sam Howell. His first full season of him, being at this quarterback. I think Brock Purdy, he just still going through growing pains and things of that nature. So you still gotta. I think this was but Kyle Shanahan, he kind of expected this coming in. Like he knew what he was getting. This is gonna be his first full season, starting being under this system, playing with these guys, being a sophomore player. It's gonna be growing pains. He haven't been through the fire and through all them things. What he played with the last 7 weeks of last year.
Yeah. 6.
Last 6 weeks of last year, then got hurt, then have to come in. So that's what I'm saying. So it's still gonna be growing pains. He still gotta mistakes gonna happen with being a young quarterback and being a young player in the NFL. So things like that's gonna happen. But the defense is no reason for the defense.
Yeah,
like you said, to give up 19 points to the Cleveland Browns, PJ Walker, no reason to give up 19 points to them. Mm-hmm. You come back and lose to Kirk Cousins with no Jettas.
No Jettas.
That's crazy.
Gave up 0 sacks. Y'all didn't get not 1 sack.
We were just talking about how Nick Bosa and Armstead and all those guys, that front seven that were Fred Warner and doing all, when they were just bullying up on the Cowboys doing all these things, and they come back today. But obviously I think that was the game changer, was those 2 interceptions. Obviously they lost by 2 touchdowns. So if those 2 interceptions didn't happen, we probably could be looking at a different ball game. And that was really like my biggest takeaway. Like we knew who Brock Purdy. Well, I know who Brock Purdy is coming into the season, watching football and understanding like the.
Why you didn't say we?
Well, we.
Why you didn't say
we? Say we understand.
You said we, then you said I. What do you mean? I know who Brock Purdy is too.
No, I was just saying like to the audience and things that.
I know who Brock Purdy is too.
I
knew he went mid.
Yeah, okay. I would definitely have to say admit that he's not mid.
Because look, my only thing, I'm not saying he's great, but he is. I think he's
serviceable.
I think it's a difference between mid and being like a step above mid.
Yeah.
And that's where I had a lot of those quarterbacks who I was defended in that bracket. That little gray area where you're not mid. I can't disrespect you, but you ain't just
But Brock Purdy, I think he got potential though. 'Cause like he still got a lot of room to improve and things of that nature. Just like Sam Howell,
he can get a lot better. He
definitely can get a lot better than with the weapons and things that he got. You got to think Brock Purdy, even 6 weeks in, he still took that team to what I'm saying, a conference championship. And well,
probably could have won.
Yeah, probably could have won if he didn't get injured. So we gotta remember that. So he still did that in his first 6 starts. And he come back, he did this. He started out 5-0. Everybody was ready to crown him MVP, rightfully so. He was putting hurt, and he was playing well. These last 3 weeks, I think we seen more of a sample size of more good than us seeing him at his lowest.
I just think it's fine, man. People just be so reactionary, bro, and they just be wanting people to fail, which is so sick. Because the only reason why people talking about him like this, he didn't have a terrible game. He hasn't really just been playing terrible. He's just been throwing more interceptions.
Yeah,
a lot of quarterbacks this year have, but the only reason we own his ass about it, Mahomes threw way more interceptions he did this year than any other year. I don't hear people talking about it. But the only reason they not letting him get away with it is because last year he didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He literally was damn near perfect. They were undefeated. He wasn't throwing no picks. He gonna give you 2 touchdowns. He's finally making mistakes. It's okay. He's gonna be here for a while.
And like I said, a lot of people had him like in the MVP race, which a lot of people didn't feel like he didn't deserve to put him in there.
I didn't either.
So they feel like every little mistake he make, of course they're gonna overdo it.
Yeah, that's why I don't like people. Because I didn't think he should be in there, but I didn't look at him and be like, oh, he do a pick. That's why I ain't have him in MVP. I just think most valuable player on their team is CMC. That's the only reason why. No disrespect to Brock, but I just know the engine is that guy back there. They had him playing quarterback when Brock got hurt. The engine of that offense is CMC back there. But I do think Brock Purdy, it reminds me of a Brady-esque starting in his career. It reminded me a little bit of Mahomes starting his career with a great offensive-minded head coach in Cal Shanahan, Andy Reid. You got loads of offensive talent around him. Mahomes came in with Tyreek, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins. A lot of good receivers. Same thing he doing with. But at some point, all those options gonna go, which is why him being now, he's just now coming up. He's coming up with this talent. But when he come up, the talent is not going to be able to be at that level, which he will be able to make up for it because he'll be a better quarterback with experience, throwing interception, knowing how to read coverage. He's already a great processor.
Yeah, because to be honest, Sam Howell and Brock Purdy in year 2 in their first full season of playing is to me at the same level as Dak. Because we seen 6, 7, 8 years of who Dak is, and never he like Joel Embiid.
I feel you, but I ain't gonna lie, because after year 2, Dak, people probably saying a lot. No, anyone even probably people were saying the same thing. I ain't gonna lie, that Dak was probably his best his first few years because the talent around him. Damn, that's another situation. The talent around him was just so elite. Dez Bryant.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it was so elite, and then that's a perfect comparison actually. But I definitely would give them better just because I do think Brock Purdy and Sam Howell. No offense to Dak, but I do think they got, especially Sam Howell, got way more playmaking ability. I think we seen Brock Purdy do it the last few weeks, which surprised me. I'm like, he's scrambling out the pocket a little bit and making moves on, like making plays on his feet. I'm like, I didn't know he could do that. If he could do that and continue to do that, oh yeah, like Dak, we don't see him do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cause like we seen who. Yeah, I want to say like we got 6, 7, 8 years of tape and film on Dak Prescott. Yeah. We only got
a year and a half.
We only got 12, 11 games of Sam Howell and Brock Purdy, so they got a lot more room, a lot more tape to put on film, things of that nature.
And not to keep it on Sam Howell, but if I was to pick one quarterback to go out of those two, it would be like to build with. It would probably, or not to build with, but like I'm buying more stock in. Probably would be Sam Howell, just because I do love like the foundation of that team. I think,
and he do got less weapons, and he doing
it better. Yeah. And that's why I'm gonna say I think his situation is so different from Brock's, because Brock is on the team that's stacked, while he's on the team that's not as stacked, but he got weapons, and they all kind of relatively young, trying to make it up. So I think I like the ceiling. I like both of their ceiling. Definitely, I think their ceiling is higher than Dak's. Brock Purdy made it farther than Dak in what, year 1? In week 6? 6 weeks to start, he made it farther than Dak ever did in year 8.
And that's what I'm saying, because every year, that's why in Dak, Dak had always had talented rosters.
Always.
Every year people talk about, but this most talent. Even Jerry, like the owner, he be saying this the most talented team that he ever had and all this nature. You winning, uh, Michael Parsons the closest thing since sliced bread and all this. You know they gotta show me something, bro.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like for Dak to be getting paid this type of money, for a lot of people to have this type of the what's the word? The type of high level of confidence in Dak Prescott, knowing he's not one of those guys.
He's not one of those.
He just not one of those guys. Man, I know this more like off script. You know, what you think about that Giants and Jets game? And like I know you seen before the game, you seen Aaron Rodgers throwing the football. What you think on a potential comeback?
I'm gonna sound like an asshole and I'm not. I don't think Aaron Rodgers was hurt, bro. I'm gonna be 100%. I done seen like players younger than him, and no offense to him, and not questioning his shape or nothing, but like KD, I can bet $1 million at the time where KD tore his Achilles was in a million times better shape than Aaron Rodgers. Younger, just playing wide, all that, total on the body, everything. He's throwing in football and walking and doing everything as if nothing happened.
Yeah, and facts.
He can really come back.
This the fastest Achilles recovery.
I don't think he was hurt. Y'all go back to week 1. He got hurt. Y'all remember that. This man literally stood up from getting sacked, stood up, walked 4 steps, sat back on the ground. Then he got carted off. I'm like, that was strange. Then a week, 2 weeks later, he talking about some, you know, if Zach can just keep it afloat, because they won the first week. So it's the next day, because they won that game. He was on Pat McAfee show. He was like, if Zach can just keep it afloat, just I can come back. And basically saying if he can get us to the playoffs, I can play. He's not gonna come back before the playoffs. This is just like a little teaser, just really warm. I don't think it was a torn Achilles. I do think he probably got hurt. Achilles is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it was a Achilles.
For him to be walking and doing all that.
7 weeks later.
Aaron Rodgers like 40, bro. Like 40. He's been a quarterback for 20 years in the NFL getting hit.
Well, that nigga alien.
Man, that nigga is different, bro. If A-Rod come back to this team, though, because the Giants and the Jets, this was a terrible game, rainy game. It wasn't no offense to beat.
No offense.
Darren Waller, he got I think he left the game. Tyrod Taylor, the starting quarterback, he left the game with a rib injury. I'm like, bro, who's finna be throwing the ball? Is it finna be Saquon? Are they finna pull off a 49ers? Who is finna be hiking the ball off? It was really one of the worst games, like a bad watch, because it was nothing. It was just stall out, 3 and out, punt, bad pass.
You know it's bad, bro. The announcer in overtime said, bro, the Giants punt the ball away 13 times. Putting the ball 13 times in the game is crazy.
That's crazy. Hey,
bro, what you would think like the average like 4 or 5?
It gotta be 4, because when it's 4. That means you tripled. That's crazy. And that's the game that was, though. That was the type of game it was. I do think if this Jets team get Aaron Rodgers back, though, because they on the up. I'm glad they won, because they do got playoff hopes. So I'm glad that they won. Zach Wilson, it's still not it. I'm glad he's getting his chance again, playing and all that. But when Aaron Rodgers come back, you're not it. Probably when he get done playing football, you're not it for the team, probably still. But he's doing a good enough job to scave them by first 3-game win streak in a minute. Man, Jets fans going crazy. This has been they haven't had a 3-game win streak in since Mark Sanchez, before Mark Sanchez and all them. That's crazy. Shout out to the Jets, shout out to Zach Wilson. But the Giants defense, are they better than what we giving them credit for?
The Giants defense?
Because they held the Bills to 9 points.
But you got, I believe, because I have what's going over on their win total because of their defense.
Yeah, but if their defense is that raw, or it may just be they playing New York teams, and I think it is like a New York thing, where a New York team, because the Jets and the Bills was like that. It was low scoring, a defensive game, because I guess that's that New York style, though.
Yeah.
That's New York. That's New York. That's a New York game to the fullest. So I don't expect no different.
Dang, I was about to say something about another game. I know you seen Bryce Young beat your boy CJ Stroud.
Man, I saw that, and I almost took CJ yards today, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was at like 2:30. And I swear, I'm a CJ guy. I'm CJ over Bryce. Bryce did play better. and I'm glad he did. I'm not a hater, but I'm glad he played better because niggas was on him bad for his first 6 weeks, as if he's not playing for the Carolina Panthers. Adam Thielen is his number one receiver. Give this man some time. He have no O line. I'm glad he won so they can please be quiet. But CJ, I was gonna take this man yard like 230. He was getting 250, 260 on the Steelers in it. I'm like, he can throw 230. Some told me, I'm like, I don't know. Bryce Young ain't finna be playing. So I flopped it. Again, Bryce, I mean, I'm a CJ guy. If he know this, y'all know I'm CJ. But, I was like, Bryce ain't had a good game yet. He even number one versus number two. They homeboys. He trying to win this.
Yeah.
And he played a great game today. I think this was his best game. I'm glad they finally got a win though. There ain't no more winless teams, right? That's the last one.
That was the last one.
Probably not gonna win too many more, so I'm glad he got to get this one. But CJ, you gotta win these games, my guy.
I definitely think there's gonna be a good learning curve for Bryce Young because
Sure.
for his first year to have
the
worst
fire.
offensive line, having probably the worst wide receiver room, having no tight end, having no run game because you have no O line. So overcome all that to all the learning curves he gonna be able to deal with.
He's gonna be a dog, bro.
Yeah, especially
coming from Bama, he's gonna be raw.
Definitely gonna be raw, especially when they be able to to actually build this team up, around him to get comfortable pieces and things of that nature. That he can be their Cam 2.0.
I'm just mad that they didn't keep their first round pick. If they would have kept their pick this year, they could have been cooking.
They could have kept DJ Moore.
Yeah, but they would have kept that pick. They could have got
Marvin Harrison.
Oh my gosh, and you're cooking. I respect DJ Moore. Man, Marvin Harrison got top. Boy, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
I seen his highlights on TikTok earlier. And I was like, yeah, he nice. He nice. I give him that.
He go to his dad. You saw his dad play. His dad he played with Peyton Manning. His dad was cold.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do know, dude.
And I was if they would have had they pick because they want to get no quarterback. Caleb 1, Marvin 2. Pair him up with Bryce Young, who was gonna be as accurate. Who was gonna be.
Then Bryce Young, he like his place. He like to get it out
quick. Yeah,
I feel like all them
Tua. Thank you. I was just gonna say that.
They like to get it out.
I think that's how Nick Saban teach them. I guess. No offense to Jalen Hurts, but I guess it's why.
Yeah, they not. Yeah, they outside of Jalen Hurts, they not trying to throw it down the field for Tua can because he got 99 speedsters. He got
no choice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He got 99 speeders, so
I definitely for sure. I think Nick Saban definitely got a type. He definitely got a type. This is first one. This is first time since Jalen Hurts having a dual threat again. He love a guy sit in that pocket. If it take you more than 3 seconds, I don't want you to be my quarterback. They gonna.
Get it out.
Aaron McKinnon, for sure.
Get it out. Them RPOs,
heavy.
Boy, RPOs, slant routes, quick, quick
everything.
outs, boy, curls, drags.
Nick Saban be cooking up,
boy, all type of things.
They run a slant, they run it out. You gonna hit him? Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. Bryce Young be late on the read, but I mean, Alabama ain't had no other good quarterback since. Like I'm talking about dual threats. I'm talking about like dual. Jalen Hurts, he was good. He was a good college. I understand why he went to it. He had the type. It was nothing. Hey, that's real. It was nothing against Jalen Hurts. I just got a type. It ain't you, it's me. I just got a type. Tua fits the type. You feel me?
Yeah, he fits my play style more.
Yeah, and I think when he went to Oklahoma, that fits his play style shit. So it's really crazy how that all worked out. Alabama is really running the NFL. Alabama and Georgia right now. It's crazy. It's all over the NFL. You're gonna see an Alabama guy killing or a Georgia Bulldog killing for sure. No matter what team you look at, one of the two schools is gonna have one of those players.
It's crazy because when you say that, cause you can find any position from those schools, but I was gonna say LSU, but you really mostly find receivers from LSU.
It ain't even that many really.
Yeah, cause you back in the day you used to have receivers, corners, and
LSU.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it ain't really. I mean, they ain't got too many defensive guys.
SSC was always been like the
who
SSC.
Oh yeah.
Always cause when Florida, Auburn, I'm talking about when Percy Harvington, Tebow, and all those guys was there.
Man, every game was tough. I remember back then. Yeah, you had Auburn, Florida, Bama was obviously good. LSU was as good. They were still competitive. Ole Miss. That's when Ole
That
Miss
your
was
old
at
Miss was
they was
raw.
at their peak at that point. Mississippi State was good at that point. The SEC was wrong.
It was
Arkansas,
raw.
even Arkansas was good. We was good as hell at that point. Remember?
It was nice. It was
No,
all right.
We was going to bowl games and winning. No, we was good. Joe Adams.
Oh yeah, Joe Adams.
I
Yeah,
went to that game at War Memorial. And he had that kick return. We played Kansas State. I'll never forget that. We won like 37-14. That was the last time we was like
South Carolina.
you at that's is that SEC?
Mm-hmm.
They definitely was like that. Jadavian Clowney and them, they definitely was raw. Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, that throwback football NCAA, I think they coming out with a new game soon.
Yeah, that's probably all I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be on.
NCAA?
Yeah.
Who your team? Who your NCAA team?
And
I thought it was Bama.
I ain't gonna lie, probably Colorado.
I thought it was Bama.
I don't know the see that's a real life. On the game it's different. On the game it's different.
I feel you. I probably would play with little Colorado to be dotting up, throwing that bit with Shador. He probably got a mean that look.
I'll be like, cause on Madden, I'm a defensive guy, so you know I have Shiloh, Travis,
Okay.
you know I have those guys over there.
Give me
sit down.
Give me your SU.
But not really. I just like to connect the franchise. You remember? I mean, the
I
Road
do
to
remember Road
Glories.
to Glory. You had your player.
Mm-hmm.
You only can lock on him. I do remember that. I
Road
was
to
running back.
yeah. I'll definitely be on that. Probably make me I don't know what I'll
You
make.
probably make yourself a corner.
That's what I always used to make. That or a receiver.
Yeah, you always on the outside. I always either make him. I'm either a quarterback or a running back. I don't even want to touch the defensive side. Then let me do offense the whole time. We gonna score about 80.
Yeah. Well, man, I think this concludes episode 33 of Off the Bench podcast, man. Y'all go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms. Once again, Instagram, TikTok, we Off the Bench, no spaces. You can find us there, and we out.